Israel and Gaza's ceasefire ends as Israel strikes and kills more than 400 people.
And at least 4 people dead and 200 people injured as the wildfires in Oklahoma roars. Titan News starts now.
Welcome to another edition of Titan News. I'm Isabella Lyons.
And I'm Diana Velches. Glad to have you with us.
In Gaza, nearly 400 are dead after Israel launched a series of attacks. Earlier this morning, Israel launched a series of attacks along the Gaza Strip. These are the first attacks since the ceasefire agreed upon in January of this year. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered the attacks after Hamas refused to release hostages. Among the casualties were 5 top officials in Gaza leadership, some of them being in charge of internal security.
High winds and severe dryness have sparked wildfires in Oklahoma, leaving 4 dead and over 200 injured. As the fast-moving wildfires continue to move across Oklahoma, strong winds and dry conditions are fueling the fires and leaving individuals devastated. On Monday, over 2,500 acres have burned through the state with more than 200 injured and 4 people dead. Evacuation orders have been in effect. Many of the fires have been mostly contained, but some remain under 50% containment.
Students at California State University Fullerton are having a difficult time picking their classes and making sure they stay open in time to register. Here's Emiliano Carbajal with more.
Every year, students at Cal State Fullerton face a familiar struggle, enrolling in courses they need in order to graduate. With Cal State Fullerton being the most attended Cal State of all, competition for required classes is difficult, often leaving students scrambling for alternatives or even delaying their graduation. Many believe there are solutions to help ease this issue, with the student even believing that Cal State Fullerton needs to take action, and a few students even giving some ideas on how we can help solve this issue.
My classes are very small, so I do think they could add a little bit more students to the classes to make it easier, or they can add more courses altogether.
I would introduce more asynchronous and Zoom classes because it is easier to fill in people online than in person.
However, not everyone agrees that increasing class sizes is the right solution. Some professors argue that bigger classes could negatively impact the quality of education and student engagement. Professor Key explains why smaller class sizes are important.
I think it just comes from what you're getting for that personal interaction. So if I have students that are asking for like letters or recommendation, I know students better. If I'm interacting with them in a smaller setting, then I can give more personalized feedback.
Cal State Fullerton academic advisor Brittany Swanson offered a strategy for students to help them register for required courses.
I recommend making your shopping cart ahead of time because that's available as soon as students see that registration window on their portal. That means they can go into their shopping cart and they can put things in there. So as soon as their registration time actually opens, it's a really quick and easy process to then add those classes directly to your schedule without going through the process that can be a little bit more timely of actually finding the class, finding the time. You've already done a lot of that legwork. And don't just have one class in your shopping cart, have multiple classes, multiple options, because as you're building it, so are other students.
In Fullerton, Emiliano Carbajal, Titan News.
Cal State Fullerton students get to connect, engage, and discover more at the annual Daily Titan Fest. Jenny Guzman has more.
Despite the heat reaching up to 85 degrees, that didn't stop California State University Fullerton students from checking out the special event in the Central Quad on Thursday morning.
Hosted and organized by the Daily Titan here at Cal State Fullerton, students had the chance to discover new resources and programs they didn't know existed on and off campus.
The Daily Titan, recognized as an editorially independent student publication, turned the empty quad into a crowd-packed event with some of its diverse clients. Just like advertising major Haley Lopez explains.
So Daily Titan Fest, we invite our clients to come and join us so they can have that one-on-one experience. As you can see, it's a super great turnout, and it just gives them the chance to really connect with our students.
The semi-annual event not only helped bring the community together by raising awareness of on-campus resources, but also has a reputation of helping students network and connect with outside companies.
So we thought, why not come to a campus where we can recruit coaches that can squeeze in 3-6 hours of their day because we know they're students, and also help them develop skills as well.
From nightclubs promoting their events to Universal Studios offering photo opportunities, the different organizations encourage students to line up and talk to some of its representatives for the chance to receive gifts, treats, and souvenirs.
We learned that there's some nightclubs to go to, some fun line dancing, trivia nights at the local clubs, secondary education, super cool, and all the alumni activities that I'm going to sign up for next semester.
As the Daily Titan Fest comes to a close after hosting live music and over a dozen clients, it was overall a huge success, both for students and the clients. Reporting for Titan News, I'm Jenny Guzman.
Coming up next, we'll take a look at budget cuts and how college students can be safe with drinking.
And an update on the weather that's coming this week. Stay with us.
And I can't change, even if I try.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Welcome back to Titan News. I'm Isabella Lyons.
And I'm Diana Vilches.
Federal funding for multiple programs is at risk for upcoming semesters. Our reporter, Evan Fennell, has more on this story.
It is the domino effect of written policy. An email from President Ronald Rochon on February 25th addresses Cal State Fullerton's current, quote, period of fiscal uncertainty, unquote. The school is planning for an 8% cut, estimated to $29 million, affecting tuition, grants, diversity, equity, and inclusion funding, and even financial aid. These cuts arrive as a ripple effect of Governor Gavin Newsom's proposed state budget reductions and President Trump's executive orders affecting federal funding for DEI initiatives. Third-year Cal State Fullerton student Michelle Smith never read the email. She first heard of the budget cuts in her American government class.
So for me personally, I brought a Blue Scar, which is what I'm in, and it's a Black undergraduate program. So that one, it was okay, are they going to start cutting funding for that, which played a huge part of my tuition this year.
If we're the ones that are going to have to pay for it at the end of the day, it's a little concerning, right? That we're going to end up having to pay more for the same service, I guess you could say, right?
I think definitely focusing on tuition is the most important by far, because if people can't afford to come to college, then what's the point?
Economically, private companies like Amazon, Google, Target, Meta, McDonald's, and Walmart are just some companies that first included DEI initiatives in 2020. Now those same companies are removing those same initiatives in 2025. Educationally, large-scale federal decisions trickle down and cascade on state and local levels, ultimately affecting university funding.
And now that they see that a lot of users are more vocal about not caring about the diversity programs, they're okay, well, whatever. And I don't like that.
Rochon states his commitment towards transparency about Cal State Fullerton's budget and to, quote, candid conversations of the road ahead, unquote. From Fullerton's Wallet, I'm Evan Fennell, Titan News.
Spring break is right around the corner for college students, and there are some worries about drinking safely. Our reporter Noah Shearston has some tips on how to be responsible.
As we reach the halfway point of the semester, students are getting ready for spring break. For many students, this means a lot of going out and sometimes a lot of alcohol. Although it may be fun to go out with friends and drink, students should consider the risks of drinking alcohol.
Right, major risk would be considered assault, you know what I mean? So after a person gets way too intoxicated, their ability to think and be impaired, it's definitely going to go, their BAC level is going to go up, and then their judgment is going to go down.
Even with all the dangers of students drinking, the most dangerous activity are DUIs.
Per the National Safety Council, there were over 42,000 motor vehicle deaths in 2022, with 13,500 of those involving a driver with a blood alcohol concentration over the legal limit of 0.08. Almost 1,500 of those fatalities in 2022 involved people ages 21 to 24 years old.
To be honest, if none of their friends are able to drive, I think the safest option is maybe an Uber. You know, Uber is definitely one of the safest options nowadays. It might cost you a little bit, but it's better than losing your life.
It's all cheers for spring break to arrive, but students should consider drinking responsibly and safely, whether they are going out with friends or staying in with family. Noah Sherson with Titan News.
It's time to turn to the weather.
Here's Litzy Aguilar with more on what to expect this week.
Thank you, guys. Expect a warm start to this week with sunshine and partly cloudy skies. Currently, it's 58 degrees with winds at 9 miles per hour. Temperatures will drop tonight at 46 degrees and humidity levels are at 48%. We can expect the sunset this evening at 7. Looking ahead at this week, on Wednesday, it will be generally sunny. Highs will be around 78 degrees and a low of 47 degrees. On Thursday, temperatures will remain warm with a high of 74 degrees and a low of 48 degrees. Friday will have plenty of sunshine as highs will reach to 78 degrees and a low of 49 degrees. This Saturday, we can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 74 degrees and a low of 50 degrees. That's all I have for the weather. Back to you, Isabella and Diana.
Thank you, Litzy. Coming up next, March Madness begins this week.
And we have more on the MLB and Cal State Fullerton softball.
Observe a domesticated human family in their natural habitat, known to their species as the backyard.
Hey, you think I should light it now?
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Oh dear, someone is about to burn a pile of debris that's too tall, which can start a wildfire. Wait, could it be? Blimey, it is.
It's Smokey.
It's Smokey Bear. What a legend.
Hey, it's Smokey. Sorry, it was too high. Right.
Watch as he astutely ensures that there's no wind and how he removes some of the debris to create a smaller, safer burning pile.
No, you said make it bigger, baby. The bigger the better.
Take note of our fearless furry friend here, humans.
I appreciate it. Fist bump.
Watching you.
Smokey's done it again.
Bye, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Back to Titan News.
It's time to move on to our sports anchor, Sergio Gonzalez. Take it away, Sergio.
Thanks, guys. The 2025 Major League Baseball season kicked off overseas this morning with Game 1 of the Tokyo Series. Playing in the notorious Tokyo Dome, the Los Angeles Dodgers defeated the Chicago Cubs by a score of 4-1 in the first game of a two-game set. The series featured multiple Japanese stars shining in front of their native faithful, including a pitching matchup between aces Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Shota Imanaga. Yamamoto earned his first victory of the year in his first career opening day start with 5 strong innings. Japanese star Shohei Ohtani led the charge for the Dodgers offensively in his native country, with 2 hits and 2 runs scored to give the reigning World Series champions their first victory of the 2025 season. The most entertaining time in U.S. sports is here. March Madness action begins this weekend. The 2025 March Madness tournament bracket has been revealed for both the men's and women's side. The action begins this evening with the first 4 games as teams fight for the final 4 spots in the tournament. The men's bracket will kick off with first round action on Thursday and Friday, and the women's side will see their first round action on Friday and Saturday. 64 teams in each bracket will be geared up and ready to scramble for March rain, with many upsets and Cinderella stories possibly on the horizon. Cal State Fullerton softball hosted their annual Judy Garman Classic recently, with many big-name teams in attendance. Reporter Jaden Fernandez has more on the story.
With Anderson Family Field all set with the dirt, the softballs, and the players, the weekend was filled with Cal State Fullerton's 19th annual softball tournament, the Judy Garman Classic. Named after successful Cal State Fullerton softball coach Judy Garman, the Classic has been under her name since 2006.
Gosh, there's so many good memories about this tournament. And I think it's just seeing all the fans and seeing all the teams come back year after year and hearing what a great tournament they think it is. So we're just honored to be able to host all these wonderful teams.
As the Judy Garman Classic brings in top-ranked schools such as UCLA, LSU, and University of Arizona, the Cal State Fullerton Titans always has competition against them. However, Cal State Fullerton always has motivation.
We get to play these teams. How exciting. These are all postseason teams, and that's what we are, and we want to know where we're at and be exposed to what we needed to work on. And so we were really looking forward to it and just competing and playing one pitch at a time, and I was really happy how my team was able to have that big win against LSU, then hit a few bumps in the road, and then to come back today with a little bit of adversity, our backs against the wall, and to show out like we did, it was a lot of fun to see.
As the Judy Garman reaches its 20th anniversary next year, the players and the coaches are always glad to have Judy watching.
It's really cool since it's my third year here. I really like when she comes, and it's really cool to see how many people love our tournament and are here to support us.
Be able to do what we did today, especially with her in the stands, means everything, because I know she's put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this program, and to execute that win, it was a good feeling.
With the Titans ending the tournament with a 2-4 record, the Titans still beat top 20 ranked schools like LSU and San Diego State. I'm Jane Fernandez with Titan News.
With the MLB season right around the corner, there has been a large debate among fans on if a salary cap is the answer to making teams more competitive. Reporter Colin Costigan has more.
With the 2025 MLB season just around the corner, a debate is growing within the sport as to whether or not the MLB should implement a salary cap. A salary cap would place a limit on how much money a team could spend on their players. Major League Baseball is the only professional North American sports league without one. The MLB does have a competitive balance tax, where teams carrying a payroll above the set threshold for the season are taxed for each dollar they go over. Yet that doesn't stop major market teams like the Los Angeles Dodgers from spending freely. Fresh off a World Series championship, the Dodgers had a more than impressive offseason, signing numerous star players, such as Japanese phenom pitcher Roki Sasaki. For Dodger fans, they recognize the arguments behind implementing a salary cap, but they also suggest alternative routes the MLB could consider.
There should be some sort of implementation of a salary cap, but there also should be a salary floor, so it can hold owners accountable, so they can actually invest into their team to want to win championships.
However, other MLB fans on social media did not put it lightly, asserting their disdain under the current structure and how teams like the Dodgers are destroying the sport.
For fans of the Los Angeles Angels, a franchise that has underperformed over the last decade and is plagued by poor ownership, they certainly are not pleased with the current system and see the potential upside in implementing a salary cap.
Well, I just want to prevent what happened this offseason with the Dodgers. So, yeah, I think the MLB is hurting competition.
Robbie Loya, a CSUF graduate and play-by-play announcer for the Lake Elsinore Storm, a minor league affiliate of the San Diego Padres, believes it is not a clear-cut issue.
So it's a tough question to answer because of the fact you really need to base your team off of your front office staff, and I think that alone is truly how you're going to build a championship organization.
The collective bargaining agreement between the MLB and the MLB Players Association expires on December 1st, 2026, but negotiation talks are expected sometime this year. In Fullerton, Colin Costigan.
That's all I've got for the world of sports. I'll pass it back to you, Isabella and Diana.
Thanks, Sergio. Coming up shortly, how the local community is bouncing back after the recent wildfires.
And a recap on the iHeartRadio Awards.
Welcome back to Titan News. It's time for an entertainment update.
Our entertainment anchor, Miranda Palmas, has you covered. Take it away, Miranda.
Thank you, Isabella and Diana. The latest updates from the world of entertainment.
Universal Music Group has filed a motion to dismiss Drake's defamation lawsuit against the company. Drake and Kendrick Lamar are under the same record label, the Universal Music Group. With a year-long diss track battle between the two rappers, Drake claimed that UMG defamed him by spreading a false narrative with Lamar's song, Not Like Us. To continue the awards season, the iHeartRadio Awards were held on Monday in Hollywood and were filled with honorary awards and exciting performances. The award show was hosted by LL Cool J and showcased performances from Billie Eilish, Bad Bunny, and Nelly. Winners included Sabrina Carpenter from Pop Artist of the Year and Pop Song of the Year with her hit song Espresso. Mariah Carey was presented with the Icon Award, celebrating her influential career, and Beautiful Things by Benson Boone won Song of the Year. The award show also honored the resiliency and rebuilding of Los Angeles following the devastating wildfires. Artificial intelligence has been more apparent in our society as it started to seep into the film industry. Kabir Kansara has more.
A24 closed out December with the release of their monumental film, The Brutalist. The film collected nomination after nomination at this year's Oscars, including Best Film Editing. Though the project didn't bring that accolade home, its editing raised controversy among many moviegoers. In a January interview with Red Shark, the movie's editor, David John Show, openly stated that he employed the use of generative AI to adjust some of the Hungarian dialogue spoken by Academy Award winner Adrian Brody's character.
Questions surrounding the ethics of AI blazed across social media. The most prevalent of them: what does this mean for the future of filmmaking?
Only time can tell, though students and producers alike have formed their own opinions on what this means for the future of their education and industry. Gavin Ong, an executive producer and production coordinator for Titan TV, sees the advantages AI can provide.
If you are properly using AI in a sufficient and helpful way to help support you, like maybe able to quickly mock up floor plans, concept plans, help you create those schedules real quickly for this production side of filmmaking, I feel like that will greatly help the industry itself.
While AI may benefit the production process, some feel that AI removes the human touch from the beauty of filmmaking. Fullerton College media student and Frida Cinema volunteer Jose Vasquez still believes in the magic of movie making by hand.
I still think that if you're a filmmaker, you should try to avoid it as much as possible, because there's something really special about making it yourself.
Regardless of The Brutalist's critical acclaim, the movie has made an impact on the industry that remains to be seen. For Titan News, Kabir Kansara.
After catastrophic wildfires in Los Angeles, many organizations come together to assist the community. Here's Franz Maniar with the story.
The LA fires left its mark on the city, destroying thousands of infrastructures, leaving many injured and devastated, and taking the lives of 29 individuals. However, such an event has sparked many communities to pitch in and aid those who have lost so much.
We help provide emergency water to resource centers around LA County for people that were displaced, along with ready-to-eat food items.
These donation centers are giving guests a means to sign up to assist the cause as you walk in. And as we can see, it's not only the people you are helping.
A big chunk of what we're doing is we're providing free boarding to animals who've been displaced from the fire. So providing free boarding, medical care. We have a pet food pantry that we run daily. We are also providing any kind of treatment for burned animals.
A 2024 statistics analysis by the nonprofit source website has reported that 65% of companies offer some type of paid program for their employees. They also reported that 80% of these companies who have received grant programs offer $8 to $15 of hourly pay.
Foster and adopt, come in and volunteer. You can always volunteer your time. We will welcome anybody who wants to come in and help us. The animals really love the volunteers on site. It really makes a huge difference in our operations. And then you can always donate. You can donate your money. You can donate your old sheets and towels and blankets.
The Guardian has reported that food insecurity has increased due to urban farms and gardens being destroyed, as well as food contamination from smoke and ash.
But I had some executive come in and he said, when I was a kid, I was food insecure, and I'd go to bed at night thinking, does anybody else out there care that I'm going to bed hungry?
These centers are truly making a difference and giving people a brand new start after such a tragedy. If more people give their support, then Los Angeles can truly start to rebuild itself anew. In Fullerton, California, Fraz Manyar, Titan News.
With support from our community, we are on our way to restoring the city. Back to you, Isabel and Diana.
Thanks for tuning in and staying informed. That's all we have for you today. And until next time.
Take care and have a wonderful evening.